Well, was it in reading about you that I came across the fact that you said many people don't realize that they're not only right or left-handed, but right-eyed and right or left-footed?
Yes, people are right-footed and left-footed, and right-eyed and left-eyed.
Does that mean if I'm standing casually and someone says, come over here, I'll always start on one foot rather than the other?
Yes, usually. I mean,
for
instance, when you put your pants on, you'll put one leg first every time in your pants. You know, when you put
always the same leg.
Always the same leg first.
And if you kick something out of your way, you'll always kick it with whichever leg is
right. And even when you put your coat on, you'll put, if you're right-handed, you'll probably put your right arm through the coat first.
Yeah. But what about the eye? Someone once told me, with both eyes open, find a spot in the wall and point at it, and then shut one eye, and if it's in line, you'll know that that's the eye you are.
That's exactly right.
And if you're not, then if you're 3 inches off it.
And that's crucial.
And I'm doing that now, and I can see that I'm
clearly right-eyed or left-eyed?
I'm clearly left-eyed.
Left-eyed?
Some people can't, yeah.
You're not sure?
What?
Are you sure?
How can I be sure?
No, I'm just, you were opening or blinking both eyes.
No, I was just realizing how far off it is. When I open this eye now, I'm pointing at that lady. Pardon me, ma'am. With both eyes open, I point right at her, and I shut my right eye. I'm right on her, but at the left eye, I'm feet to the right.
Well, then you're right. Then you're right-eyed.
I'm sorry. It's
because your finger will obstruct the vision of the eye that is the most dominant, is the more dominant.
And I meant to say my left eye. Now I'm on her.
Okay, well,
now I'm not.
Well, you're left-eyed then.
Okay.
Yeah, you're left-eyed.
What's the significance of that?
I hope everybody had their sound turned up during this exercise.
They must have wondered what we were doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what does that mean that people have gone through life with?
When you, let's assume that I'm now at the baseline with the baseline here, and I turn sideways, which the book says you should do when you hit a ground stroke, a forehand or a backhand. As you turn sideways, for a while, only one eye picks up the ball, unless you turn and look at it like this. And if your dominant eye, for instance, is your right eye, and you go to hit a forehand, then really, for a split second there, you're going to lose the ball. Because it's going to come in, it's going to hit a blind spot, and then you'll pick it up as your right eye picks it up here again. Backhand is no problem, because my dominant eye is here, and I can follow the ball all the way till I hit it.
What, you're right-handed?
Right eye and right-footed.
And right-eyed?
And right-footed.
Well, am I weird for being right-handed and left-eyed?
No, my wife Jeannie is right-handed, but she's left-eyed. But she's a professional photographer. Yeah. And she takes, when she snaps the shutter, she keeps both eyes open. But she aims with her left eye.
And what does it mean? What significance is there in being left or right-footed? Does that always correspond? Is a right-handed person not always right-footed?
No, the left hemisphere tends to just develop the right side, period. But it's less, there's less correlation with the eye in the left hemisphere than just with the hand and the arm. I mean the arm and the leg. The significance of the leg is that if my right leg is stronger, which it is, that means I can move to my left better. Because I push off with my right leg to go left, so I can move to my left better.
Yeah.
So obviously, if a guy, the principal point there is that if somebody's at the net and you know he's right-handed, chances are he can't move to his right very well, because if he has to move very quickly, he moves with the left leg. The left leg is not as strong as the right leg. So I would tend to go over here if I had my druthers.
Yeah. But are there right-handed, left-legged people?
There's some screwed up people out there.
I wonder, it'd be interesting to know if psychiatrically or psychologically that causes some tension or
I don't know.
Pulling in two directions.
It might. That I don't know. I don't know.
Have you ever met anyone who would naturally kick with his left foot but is clearly right-handed?
Oh, sure. We have two players on the tour, for instance, who are ambidextrous. We have one guy, Pavel Hutka, from Czechoslovakia, who plays with two forehands.
So neither one is dominant, or they're equal?
Right, yeah, he hits forehands, and when he gets the ball over here, he switches to the left hand and plays that way. And he also serves right-handed, and he comes to the net, he hits his overheads with his left hand.
Yeah. Gee,
he's not that good, but he's...
but he ought to be.
But he's ranked in the top 200.
Yeah. and has a big advantage
Yes.
because of that.
For instance, I think one of the big reasons that John McEnroe is so good is that he played soccer as a kid. And so he learned how to be equally footed. I don't know, what do you call that? Iso-footed?
I guess.
Ambifooted.
Ambipedalist or
Ambipodal.
Ambipodal.
Yeah, or
Is that
whatever.
it? Something like that.
Whatever. Anyway, he moves equally well to both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.